Blah, blah, blah.
So some sad news yesterday. Pat Summerall, the legendary sportscaster, died yesterday at the age of 82. This sort of shocked everybody in the sports world. Everyone very sad yesterday. Emmett being one of them.
Yeah, and actually I think we have some tweets up that Stuart may have gotten for us. But yeah, it's just a sad day, and I found out from Stuart, who was texting me, and I was totally shocked, and Emmett had just left the office. We were all over the office meeting, and he had just gotten the news, was very, of course, disappointed. Pat Summerall, you know, he was the voice of the NFL.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, had, you know, play-by-play commentating, you know, had been play-by-play commentating for decades.
Years.
You know, 22 years beside John Madden. He was just a real special guy, and when you listen to all that everyone has to say about him, especially like Jerry Jones and he were very close, they just talked about what a great, nice guy he was.
He was so nice. He was a friend of our family, and when I wrote a book a couple of years ago about broadcasting, and I asked him if he would read it and write me a review. And he did. And he was a busy guy, and he took the time out of his day to do that, and it really touched my heart. So I was very sad to hear about his passing.
He was actually, he was recovering from surgery from a broken hip, and died from heart complications.
Wasn't he one of the first ones to play football and then go into broadcasting?
He did. He actually had 500 points as a kicker, you know, playing football.
Really?
Absolutely, and was able to go from, you know, being a football player to being a commentator, which, you know, sometimes can be very hard.
And Emmett was real busy yesterday tweeting about it. I think, Stuart, you've got some of those tweets up. Look at Emmett's cute picture.
He's my little cutie patootie.
There's Stuart. Emmett's actually how I found out about it. I was looking at Twitter while I was at the gym yesterday and saw his tweet, so my heart is sad today. I'm sorry to hear that Pat Summerall passed. We had great games together. And Emmett spent the next hour and a half just tweeting and retweeting, people sharing their stories. Lots of love for Pat here on Twitter, I'm glad. So it was really touching to see Emmett taking the stance, with Pat and sharing his thoughts as well.
Well, you know, it's interesting this morning, Stuart, we were just talking about this before I came into work, and he said, you know, baby, this is really, it's really sad for all of us, you know, all the players, because he was just such a good guy and was so, you know, synonymous with football for us, that voice. And he recalled just within the last couple of years being at Pat's house for an event that he and Pat hosted together for about 20 businessmen that were in Dallas, and just how they kind of reminisced about the old days, and Pat was just kind of sharing his thoughts about Emmett when he played the sport and about the sport in general and how it's changed over the years. But it was just interesting that they had that moment together, and that's all that Emmett can really think about at this point. So it's just, it is a sad day for all of sports fans.
He had a great life, though.
Yes, and great family man, a very faithful guy.
Absolutely, and that, you know what, and our heart goes out to, of course, his wife, you know, who I'm sure today is suffering a great loss. So.
Absolutely.